My husband asked me what was my experience like growing up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents. So I would like to share a little bit of that with you guys. So I am one of 10 siblings. My dad had four children in Jamaica before he moved to the Bahamas and met my mom. My mom had one daughter in Jamaica before she met my dad. So they both moved to the Bahamas. They did not know each other in Jamaica. My mom is from an area in Jamaica called Spanish Town. My dad is from Lower Buxton, St. Anne. So they moved to the Bahamas and met each other. And I was the first of my siblings that was born in the Bahamas. So between my mom and dad, there are 10 of us. Six was born in Jamaica and four was born in the Bahamas. So I was the first one born in the Bahamas. And then less than a year later, um, other sister was born. So growing up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents was kind of unique. We were always seen as the Jamaican kids. We were addressed as the Jamaican kids. I remember we were teased by other children in the neighborhood. They would call us Jamaican, Jamaican, look at those Jamaican, Jamaican. Um, so my sister and I, the one that was born 11 months after me, we were fortunate enough to obtain Bahamian passports. So while the process wasn't easy for us, we got Bahamian passports. So then there was three other sisters born to my parents in my parents' union. So altogether there were five of us born in my parents' union. So my third sister was born in Jamaica. So my mom got pregnant with her in the Bahamas, and she went to Jamaica, and my sister was born in Jamaica, and then she came back to the Bahamas and had two other daughters. So my two other sisters that were born in the Bahamas, they were not considered Bahamians. They were given what was called travel documents in the Bahamas. And then when they became 18, they petitioned for citizenship in the Bahamas. My nephew also experienced the same thing. His mom was Jamaican and his dad was Bahamian, but he had a travel document, and at the age of 18, he petitioned um, to become a Bahamian citizen. So it was unique. It was different. You know, my whole childhood, I left the Bahamas when I was 16 years old. My whole childhood, um, and back as far as I can remember, we were sort of like isolated um, from the other kids because everyone knew us as the Jamaican kids. I remember in school when I got into trouble and they would ask that I bring my dad at the school. I always was not really ashamed, but kind of not wanting my dad to come to the school because my dad's accent was so strong. So I would ask my sister, my older sister, to go to the school for me and represent me and just not even ask my dad. So that was different. What that lesson taught me, because in my mind, and I'm sure my sisters felt the same way, it's like we were not considered Bahamians. We were more treated as foreigners, Jamaicans, because of our parents. So I learned from an early age to embrace my Jamaican heritage, which I am proud of. I am very proud of my Jamaican heritage, but to be born in a country and not considered a part of that country was sort of different. But I don't regret my childhood. I enjoyed every bit of it. Um, I had a good time. I had a good time, but it was just unique being born in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents. And I was not the only person that experienced that because I have a friend, a longtime friend in the Bahamas. Her mom was Jamaican and her dad was Bahamian, and she experienced the same thing. So, like I said, I left the Bahamas at the age of 16. I don't know if that rule or law that they had back then, where if you were born to Jamaican parents, you was not considered a Bahamian until you applied for Bahamian citizenship at the age of 18. I don't know if that's still in place. Um, but maybe somebody watching this video could comment and let me know. But yes, that was my experience growing up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents. And I can remember, I laugh about it today, but growing up, I personally, I cannot speak for my other siblings, did not like Jamaican food. I remember my dad every morning before we went to school, he would get up and make us cornmeal porridge, and there would be like 5 plates of cornmeal porridge on the table. And it would be sitting there all day because none of us ate it. And then my dad used to cook Jamaican food all the time. So, like, we had a farm in our yard, and my dad used to plant a lot of stuff in the yard. And he would go right in the backyard, cut the callaloo, come into the house, and make it for us. And I remember looking at it like, what is that? Like, I am not touching that, right? Now I can eat callaloo for breakfast. I can eat it for lunch. I can eat it for dinner. I can just eat it all the time. Aki, oh my gosh. Cornmeal porridge, I love. And it's just how funny your perspective change from when you were a kid to an adult. So that is my experience in the Bahamas, growing up in the Bahamas. Um, Another part of growing up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents, we did not have, except for one cousin, we didn't really have any family in the Bahamas. So that kind of made the process isolated because there was never like an uncle that we can go to, like, oh, I'm going to go to uncle's house today and play with my cousins. That was not the case. My grandparents lived in Jamaica. Both my mom, mother, and my father, mother lived in Jamaica. Like all my aunts and uncle were in Jamaica. And we were just in the Bahamas, sort of isolated from the Bahamians and didn't have a Jamaican family to run to. But that one cousin that we had in the Bahamas that was from Jamaica, oh, we visited him a lot. We would go there and he would cook stuff for us to eat, stuff that he knew we would like. My parents, they cook Jamaican stuff. We ate, we didn't eat. That was fine. But this one cousin, whatever we wanted, he would make it for us. So he kind of like spoiled us. So looking back at my childhood, I enjoyed it. Didn't have any regrets. Loved every part of it. Wish back then I had fully, you know, accepted and enjoyed my Jamaican heritage, which I'm loving it and I'm enjoying it now. But just looking back at all of that, I think I grew a lot from then to now, and I don't think I would change anything about my childhood, except maybe for feeling like I was not a part of a Bahamian culture. I'm still getting comments today. Like I commented on a video, on a YouTube video, and I was like, I grew up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents, and someone said, "Oh, being born in the Bahamas does not make you a Bahamian." And I'm like, wow. So I commented back and I replied, "You must be a Bahamian because that sounds like my experience back then. Being born in the Bahamas does not make you a Bahamian." But I comment back and I say, "You must be a Bahamian." And I smiled and I just left it right there. So I am proud of who I am. I am proud of where I came from. I am proud of my parents. And yes, so that is my experience growing up in the Bahamas to Jamaican parents. So feel free to comment other people that were born to foreign parents in the Bahamas, rather it be Jamaican, Haitians, because there are a lot of Haitians in the Bahamas. So feel free to comment on what your experience was like growing up in the Bahamas to either to Jamaican parents or Haitian parents. Thank you for watching my video, and until next time, be blessed.